All right, today we're tackling something big, the AI ladder. We're going to climb from the smart assistants you talk to every day all the way up to a potential superintelligence. It's a huge topic, so let's just jump right in. Look, you talk to AI every single day. I mean, think about it. But what happens when that AI gets a whole lot smarter? Smarter than us? That's the real question, isn't it? What happens when it stops just helping us and starts to, match us or even blow right past us? Okay, so before we get into the wild future stuff, we've got to ground ourselves in the here and now. Let's talk about the AI you're already using, probably without even thinking about it. So here's the key thing to remember. Every single AI that exists today, the ones you use, the ones you read about, it's all something called artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI for short. Think of it like a genius specialist. It can be a grandmaster at chess or unbeatable at spotting credit card fraud. But ask that chess program for driving directions, it has no clue. It's brilliant at one thing and one thing only. It's a powerful tool, sure, but it's not a mind in the way we think of one. And these tools are absolutely everywhere, right? Your voice assistant, like Siri or Alexa, yeah, it'll set a timer for you, but it has zero concept of what time actually is. That Netflix algorithm that knows you better than you know yourself, it doesn't know what a movie is or what drama means. It's just pattern matching. That's the core of it. They're incredibly powerful, but they're still just really, really specialized tools. So, this is the whole ladder in a nutshell. We're on the first step, ANI, the specialist. The huge global race is all about getting to the second step, AGI, where it matches us. And then there's the third step, ASI, superintelligence, which could change, well, everything. That's the ladder we're talking about. All right, let's climb up to that next rung. This is the big one. We're moving from that one-trick pony, the specialist, to something totally different. We're talking about the search for artificial general intelligence, AGI. Now, AGI is the real game changer. This isn't about being good at just one thing anymore. The whole goal of AGI is to create a machine that can think, reason, and learn just like a human can, across pretty much any field. It's not about programming it for every little task, it's about giving it the same kind of flexible, adaptable intelligence that we have. So what could an AGI actually do? Well, think about this. It could study, say, the super complex patterns of how blood flows in the human body, and then, on its own, take that understanding and apply it to something completely different, like designing a more efficient traffic grid for a major city. That's what we call transfer learning. It's not just following instructions, it's genuine, flexible problem solving. And believe me, this is the holy grail that all the big AI labs are pouring billions of dollars into right now. But okay, what if we reach that goal? What happens when an AI can not only match a human, but can start improving itself, getting smarter and smarter, faster and faster in a cycle that just takes off? Well, that's when we reach the very top of the ladder. That's artificial superintelligence, or ASI. And let's be clear, ASI isn't just like a slightly smarter person. We're talking about an intelligence so far beyond our own that it's hard to even wrap your head around. The classic analogy is the difference between us and, say, a chimpanzee or an ant. It's that big of a leap. An ASI could potentially solve problems that we consider fundamentally impossible. Things like curing every disease or figuring out faster-than-light travel. So here's the best way to think about the difference. AGI is the goal, to replicate human smarts, to build a machine that can think and learn like we do. But ASI is the potential consequence of that goal. It's what happens when that intelligence transcends us, becoming something so much more powerful. You could say that building AGI is like lighting a match, and ASI is the resulting fire. One leads directly to the other. And make no mistake, this isn't just some sci-fi thought experiment. The race to build AGI is happening right now. It's one of the most intense, most expensive technological races maybe ever. And at the top, you've got a handful of heavy hitters. You have OpenAI, backed by Microsoft, and Google DeepMind, who are both building these gigantic secret models. But then you have fascinatingly different approaches. Anthropic is trying to build safety and ethics right into the core of their AI from day one. And then you've got Meta, who's shaking everything up by making their models open source, letting anyone use them. So this isn't just about who builds the smartest AI. It's a battle of philosophies about how it should be built and who should control it. If you need any proof of how seriously this is being taken, just look at the money. $10 billion. That's what Microsoft has poured into OpenAI. This isn't some research lab side hustle. This is a bet that AGI is coming, and that getting there first is going to be one of the most valuable things in history. Okay, so this is where it all gets really, really important, because climbing this ladder isn't just about cool tech. We have to ask the so what question. The potential upside is incredible, but the risks are just as huge, and we have to start thinking about them now. When you look at it, this technology really puts two completely different futures on the table. In one corner, you have the promise, which sounds almost like a utopia, right? AI curing diseases, solving climate change, accelerating science beyond our wildest dreams. But in the other corner, you have the peril. Mass job loss says AI automates not just physical work, but intellectual work. AI systems learning our worst biases and amplifying them on a global scale. It's a double-edged sword, for sure. And this right here, this is the absolute core of the problem. It's called value alignment. It's not enough to build a super smart AI. We have to make sure it understands what we actually value. We need it to understand human ethics and goals, not just follow the cold, hard logic of its code. Because if you tell a superintelligence to, say, solve world hunger, and it doesn't share our values, it might come up with a solution that's technically correct, but horrifying to us. Getting this alignment right is everything. So here we are. We're standing at the bottom of this ladder, looking up. We can see the next steps, AGI and even ASI on the horizon. The question for us isn't just, can we build it? It's, what kind of future do we want to build with it? At the end of the day, it really feels like we're facing a choice between two very different paths. One is a future of replacement, where AI just gets so good that it sidelines us from intellectual work, causing massive economic and social upheaval. The other path is collaboration, a future where we partner up with these powerful AIs. We'd use their incredible speed and processing power, but combine it with the things that are uniquely human: our creativity, our intuition, our ethical judgment. And that really brings us to the final, most profound question of all. This whole journey of building smarter and smarter machines, it isn't really about the machines. It's about us. It forces us to ask, what do we want to be? As we build AI that can do what we do, we have to figure out what truly makes us human, what we stand for, and what our place is going to be in this new world we're creating.